Rudy Giuliani has been slapped slash attacked by a worker angry over the abortion ruling at Staten Island supermarket. Let's get right into this. So Rudy Giuliani was slapped by a worker at a ShopRite on Staten Island on Sunday while campaigning for his son, leaving the 78-year-old former New York City mayor shaken, the politician told the Post, or whatever. So let's check this video out. So this is Rudy Giuliani right here. I believe someone is going to just slide by and slap him on the back. Yep, right there. So for those that didn't catch that, go back here, right here, slap. Now he definitely felt that. That was probably a pretty hard slap because everyone basically reacted to it as well. Person says something to him and tries to quickly flee the area, avoids getting, grabbed right away. Okay. So Giuliani said he was chatting with supporters at the store on Veterans Road when he was suddenly hit from behind, an incident caught on surveillance video obtained by the Post. All of a sudden, I feel this BAM on my back, Giuliani said. I don't know if they helped me not fall down, but I just about fell down, but I didn't. I feel this tremendous pain in my back, and I'm thinking, what the? I didn't even know what it was, he said. All of a sudden, I hear this guy say, "You're an effing scumbag." Then he moves away so nobody can grab him. And he says, you're one of the people that's going to kill women. You're going to kill women, Giuliani said, quoting the suspect, who now faces assault charges. You and your effing friend are going to kill a woman. Then he starts telling out all kinds of just curses, and every once in a while he puts in that woman thing. Now, this is like a really interesting thing because, like, this statement right here, you, you're one of the people that's going to kill women. You're going to kill women. The thing that I never really understood about people arguing the abortion side and they make comments like this, like, you do realize that abortion is ending a life, right? So when you make this comment, it doesn't make any sense because you're trying to defend the right for people to end the life of people. And then you blame other people for trying to end the life of people who are not trying to do that. Like, it's just such a weird argument when people on the abortion side make this type of comment. Like it's like a very weird comment to make, right? Because they could make any other comment to make it have more sense on their side or have more sense as to what they are feeling about this, right? Like, oh, I think you are a crappy politician. That's something that this person could have said, and that would have made sense in his point of view, right? Or from maybe a different perspective from the outside view, right? But saying that someone is trying to kill women and that they're going to kill women when they are pro life, which means that they are trying to save lives from being ended, does that make sense? Like, it's just a weird argument. Like, just that statement, like, this, like, weird statement is odd. You guys think you're saving babies, but you're going to kill women, the worker continued to rage. According to Giuliani, also a lawyer for former President Donald Trump. The incident occurred 2 days after the U.S. Supreme Court reversed the 1973 Roe v. Wade abortion ruling. The Supreme Court made a decision, Giuliani said. You don't go around attacking people because of it. I mean, go get it changed. And this is a good point, right? If you do not agree with the decision that the Supreme Court made, then either move to a state where abortion is legal past 9 months, or do something to get involved into potentially becoming a future Supreme Court justice, right? And the thing that also a lot of people, for some reason, still do not even understand is that Roe vs. Wade, like the ending of that, right, doesn't necessarily mean that abortion is going to be federally illegal. Is giving the right to the states to decide, which makes more sense because you're going to have states that are more right leaning, more left leaning, and more in the center, right? So you're going to have states that are more so pro choice, but will have abortion legal up to a certain point. Then you are going to have some states that are going to be full blown, fully legal abortion, meaning that you could even kill a living baby after it's out of the womb, okay? Or you could be way on the other side where no abortion at all for any reason, period, end of story, and not even having the right for the morning after pill. Like you're going to have different states having different rules, which is basically the way that it should be. And the reality is, that's the way the drug laws should be as well. It shouldn't be like a federal issue, it should be more of a state thing because every state is different. Like everybody's state leans a different way. So it doesn't really make sense for something like this issue or the drug issue to be just all federally one way. Because there's just so much variety in this country. So his son, Goober national candidate Andrew Giuliani, called his dad tough as nails. He's doing fine, Andrew said, but it's a sad day when New Yorker's greatest crime fighter, America's mayor, is attacked. I blame the left wing for encouraging violence. This is crazy. He said his father was in good spirits and even quipped that I ran into the only person who is not voting for Andrew Giuliani. I'm feeling good, he said, his dad assured him. Witness Rita Rugova Johnson told the Post she was stunned to see the attack. I was shoulder to shoulder with Rudy inside ShopRite, Rugova Johnson said. We're talking, and all of a sudden an employee came out of nowhere and open-handedly slapped him in the back and said, Hey, what's up, scumbag? The attacker was on duty at the time, the witness said, and the cops arrested him. The suspect, a 39-year-old from Staten Island, will be charged with second-degree assault involving a person over age 65, law enforcement sources said. The man has no prior arrests, sources said. And really, this means that this is going to be probably pretty bad for the person who did this, because now it's going to be much harder for them to find a job. It's going to be harder for them to live a life. He's going to now probably go even deeper inside that he's in this like wormhole that he's in, that's going to make him even angrier, and he's going to end up doing something even more stupid later on. So like this one action that he did is going to be pretty bad for him later on. So cops were called to the supermarket shortly before 3:30 p.m., sources said. The younger Giuliani is seeking the Republican nomination for New York's governor, running in the primary against Long Island Rep. Lee Zeldin, former Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino, and businessman Harry Wilson. Rudy was assaulted, his WABC radio partner, Dr. Maria Ryan, told the Post. He's a 78-year-old man with a bad back and bad knees. And this is the thing that, like, this is actually probably the biggest part of this whole thing. Like, what this dude doesn't really understand, this 39-year-old that basically did this attack, is that Because of the age that Rudy Giuliani is, any physical attack done to him, any, is going to be much worse, right? Because he is more vulnerable. It's similar to, like, let's say that you end up like hitting a kid, okay? That person is going to be more vulnerable, right? So the punishment is going to be far more drastic because he's attacked a 78-year-old man. Yes, it was a slap, a hard slap to the back, but because of the age of Rudy Giuliani, it's going to be even more punishment because of that. Because it takes a lot less force to do more damage to someone who's in their 70s. Like, there has been people that have literally passed away that are elderly when they've been decked randomly in the street or slapped randomly in the street, basically in New York as well. Like, it's a very serious thing that he did. So let's see if there's any comments on this article. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. 753 comments. That's a lot. View 221 new comments. Okay. Jesus. 201 new comments. 191. Let's see what's the most recent stuff, I guess. If it loads. Oh my god. Talk about like crazy like engagement on this post. Let's see. Love you, Rudy, but your son, oy vey. Luckily, I'm a 78-year-old who's in pretty good shape, said Rudy. Yeah, I just saw him with Donald Trump at a CrossFit. Oh, I meant unlimited mimosa brunch. This is a guy who tried to overthrow our elected government, the brains of the idiotic fake elector scheme. Anyone has anything sympathy for him is sick in the brain. Nope. Heart. You make too much sense. Whether it was real or not, Rudy once had a stellar legacy, truly historic. Now he's reduced himself to a cartoon character. His insatiable hunger for celebrity attention is causing him to make a fool of himself. New York Post should allow no comments given the rudeness of the commenters. Shut it off. Let them be rude, and then you, as an intelligent conservative, destroy them with intelligence and reality. If Chuck Schumer was hit, 1,000 Democratic paid supporters would be marching down Forest Avenue protesting something just to divide America. America, wake up. Hard enough for the woman next to him to put the hand on his back. The two who took the creep away looked like security. Okay, I love Rudy, but the guy barely touched Rudy. That kind of a sucker slap on a person that old in that part of the body could have caused an aortic aneurysm or worse. It could have caused internal bleeding that could be fatal. If Wisher were fishes. More violence from liberals as usual, they know nothing else. The New York Post is trying to make you angry with the headline. Watch the video is a pat on the back. Now here's the thing, right? It may look similar to a pat on the back, but it was hard enough to get the attention of other people. But not only that, you always got to keep in mind what is the vulnerability of the person that this happened to, right? So again, Rudy Giuliani is very old and much more vulnerable to almost seemingly nonsensical things, right? Like, he's at that age. Same thing with Joe Biden, where something as simple as just like tripping or like slipping on a banana peel and falling on your butt or falling on your wrist or falling on like off a bike or whatever, right? You could break something, right? And like someone like slapping hard on the back, like right at the spine of an elderly person, something bad could happen, right? And that's the thing that people need to keep that in mind. Like, it's not necessarily about exactly what the person did, but it's the potential effects of what that person did too. So I do think that this person's probably going to be charged. Would he actually get something like crazy as like a punishment? Probably not. This is New York, right? So, I mean, technically Staten Island, but roughly the same thing. He hardly touched him. Tremendous pain in my foot. What's up with these attacks and attempts? Oh, forget about Mad Max. There was security. Two men took the dope away. So Democrats want to go around slapping people who don't agree with them? No, they really. Oh, Lord. Hey there, post comments watchdog. Could you explain why comments are allowed here, but on so many other articles you conveniently shut it off? Rudy was always pro choice, one of the few far right people who was. Bum, bum, bum. Actually, referring more to unhinged protesters over the last 2 days, screaming, crying, throwing stuff, rolling on the ground, threatening war, vandalizing Giuliani got off easy. I hope they get the nut that did that and make an arrest. I guess you didn't read that article. It was a worker. Cops came into the store and arrested him. Like, this is the thing that like kind of like bothers me, right? It's like there's so many people who don't even bother really reading the content of anything. They just look at headlines. He called the police after that tap on his back. Honestly, that is embarrassing. I've watched the video several times. The worker just gave Rudy a little pat on the back while walking by him. Rudy reacted dramatically, couldn't hear what the worker said, but hey, free speech, right? As for violence, Rudy's claims are nothing more than a sad joke. Where is the video? Is on top of the article, try enabling cookies, or maybe you're using adblock. Hmm. He will settle for $10 million in the lawsuit. It is valid. How is his damages 10 million? He wasn't injured at all. You don't know what could happen to an 80-year-old after something like that. Now, this might seem like kind of like absurd, like this weird comment reply section right here. But you gotta keep in mind the person that did this is a worker at a store. That store could be sued by Rudy Giuliani for technically being attacked by a worker, by that worker, right? So that's actually an interesting thing because he probably could sue and probably could win some sort of settlement from the store. Let's see. Okay, basically all this is just going back and forth, people attacking one another in the comment sections, which is pretty sad to see. The reality of this whole situation is that like it's just weird for someone to basically show any sort of violence to another person just because they disagree with what they view politically. It's just an odd thing. Either way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbucks.com. Feel free to give your thoughts. Do you think Rudy Giuliani was actually attacked? Do you think it was a love tap? Do you think it was a small slap? Do you think it was a gentle caress? What are your thoughts as to what happened to Rudy Giuliani in that video in this article by the New York Post.